What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Red. Since last time, I've made a little bit of preparation. Made a few preparations, words and things, for the SSN. I obviously healed up my Pokemon because that is typically a good idea. I also bought myself 15 Super Potions. So in the Pokemart within Vermilion City here, you can buy yourself some Super Potions, which are a little bit more effective than normal potions. I believe they heal 50 HP, whereas potions heal 20. So yeah, I spent like 10,000 or so of whatever the currency is, so that well, I don't want to say barely even touches, but it's not a whole lot of money compared to what I have. So, I do indeed have my ticket. I mostly just bought that just because, well, the SSN is very big and there's lots of trainers to crush, so rather than having to go back to the Pokemon Center frequently, since I'm going to be spending a lot of time training up my weaker Pokemon, thus causing my stronger Pokemon to take lots of damage. So rather than going back to the Pokemon Center frequently, I'm going to try and use potions to reduce the amount of downtime a little bit. There's like a legend here, where like if you use a Pokemon that knows Surf, which lets you go on the water, in this area in the SSN, you can only get into this area like at this one point in the game. But if you have a Pokemon that knows Surf from like training, then you can surf over to the east here, and there's a truck that you can find over there on that side of the platform there. And there are various like rumors and stuff about what you can find there. I believe the most popular one, involved using strength to move the truck, and you find like a Mew Pokeball or something underneath it. I don't know how true or untrue any of that stuff is. Yeah, he can use strength. So, in the various cabins in the SSN here, in most of them you will find trainers who want to fight you. In some of them you will find people who do not want to fight, because as it turns out, not every single cruise liner passenger is a homicidal maniac. So, back to our previous strategy of killing dudes. As I mentioned several episodes ago now, I'm pretty sure that Shellder does not typically use actual water-type attacks, so I don't mind using Diglett against this guy, although he does use Withdraw a lot, which is going to make him fairly difficult to kill. And if that's the case, I should probably use Scratch, rather than wasting my uses of Dig. And it looks like this is going to take a little while. I don't know if Shellder actually even knows anything but Withdraw at this point. But anyways, I am going to speed this up a bit. Well, that was dealt with. That took entirely too long, but it certainly wasn't hard. Oh, Magikarp learned Tackle. He can actually hit stuff. That's interesting. You may have noticed that at a certain point the Shellder's defense actually stopped going up. And that's just because there's like a threshold for how many times your stats can actually be increased in battle. Which is kind of interesting. But Horsey is going to use Bubble, so Charmeleon time it is. Diglett would definitely be dead right now. That did what, 22 damage? Against Charmeleon? It was a critical hit, so yeah. Next up is Shellder. Now, what I'm gonna do against this Shellder is actually just let Magikarp do all the work, now that he knows Tackle, which I was pretty sure that Magikarp didn't actually learn anything, but whatever. Oh geez, this Shellder actually knows Tackle. Okay, well, change of plans. Run away! It's actually kind of funny. It's like poke it and then it like pokes you back. So time to run away. I wonder if the other shelter actually did no tackle and it just like didn't use it just for whatever reason. Oh, come on. It's got like 2 HP left, if that. Yay, Charmeleon! It'd be really cool to get to level 36 before the end of the SSN, which I could easily do if I... Oh, shoot, I forgot to switch to Magikarp. Oh well. If I made a point of leveling up Charmeleon, it would be pretty easy to get to him to level 36, but I am not going to do that. There is no rush. And the farther ahead Charmeleon gets now, the more I'm going to have to use my other guys for them to catch up, so... Because just like in Arc the Lad 2, my goal is typically to keep my party members, or in this case my Pokemon, fairly evenly leveled. Yay, Ether! Yay, sailors to smack about. Lots of sailors on this ship. Of course, sailors tend to use water-type Pokemon, so things can get kinda nasty for Charmeleon, but... being ungodly levels above them, it's not that big a deal. Ouch! Your bubbles, they hurt. Stupid Mega Punch, why you gotta miss so much? Here, eat my fist! And die. Thank you. Magikarp's gotta be close to level 16 by now. It's actually getting kind of exciting. Magikarp's almost to the point where it can actually be useful. It hasn't taken as long as I thought. I guess it's one of the handy things about being resolute about who you use. Thankfully, in like future... I'm not sure when they introduced it, but in future generations of Pokemon, where you can give items to your Pokemon to carry, this whole switching Pokemon back and forth nonsense is a little bit less important, because there's an item that lets you like share experience. So you can just give that to whatever Pokemon you level up and just kill stuff as normal, and it'll just get a portion of the experience automatically, without having to do this back and forth junk. Have your Charmeleon get killed. Not killed, but beat upon. But we don't have that yet. Not in Generation 1. There we go, level 16. And he is done with. Lost it! On to the next room. Give me that item. Oh, I have to beat you first? That can be arranged. Hello, Tentacool! Actually, come to think of it, against Tentacool, I should probably use Diglett. I don't believe Tentacool knows any water-type attacks, but Tentacool is part poison-type, so Dig should be effective against him. Although, if Diglett was confused, that would have been fairly unfortunate. Star, you! Ho ho! I don't know why I did that. Oh well. Charmeleon it is, because Staryu does know water attacks. Like Water Gun, which is a little bit more powerful than Bubble. Especially when it gets a critical hit. But that's okay, you can die now. Thank you. How considerate of you. You noticed. Now, what do you got here for me? TM44. So, first off, let's use a Super Potion on Charmeleon. And let's see what's in TM44. Rest. No thank you. Rest is a very odd ability. It completely heals your Pokemon, but it also puts them to sleep. So obviously, depending on what Pokemon you're using and what you're fighting against, while you're asleep, there's a good chance that you're going to end up taking more damage than you ended up healing. But in certain situations, it can certainly be very useful. It's another one of those things also where they make it a lot more useful in future generations of the game, where there are certain abilities, both in terms of like attacks and in future generations, Pokemon also have like special like innate abilities, I think they're called, or something like that. And between abilities and innate abilities, they actually manage to make rest pretty useful. They have things where you can like deal damage while you're asleep and stuff like that. But none of that this time around. Just puts you to sleep, heals you up. Oh no, the waters! Actually, Water Gun does do a decent amount of damage to him. I mean, not extraordinarily a large amount of damage, but it's damage. Kinda surprised Magikarp hasn't leveled up yet. Again. Okay, do you know Tackle? I know Tackle, but do you know Tackle? Let's see. Critical hit! Okay, he knows Tackle. It's actually kind of funny. Magikarp's used Tackle twice and he's gotten a critical hit both times. Mega Punch! Probably not gonna kill him because he's a shelter and he's got ridiculous defense. I should really just be using Scratch against this guy, come to think of it. It's gonna take longer, but it's not gonna waste the uses on my powerful attacks. And obviously Shelter's not gonna do a whole lot back to me, so. Down goes the fisherman, who, honestly, fishermen and sailors are, I don't want to say they're like the same, but they're very similar in terms of like what types of Pokemon they use and so forth. Oh, really? I'm pretty sure this cruise liner does not have a plank. And I'm pretty sure you're a sailor, not a pirate. Machop! Oh my! That's not a water type. If Drowsy actually knew Confusion, this would be a good time to use it, but he does not. Because he's a chump. But that's okay. Once Magikarp gets to level 20, we'll start working on the Drowsy. It hurts! Oh, it hurts! Ever so much! Actually, that was pretty good. Karate Chop can be a deceptively powerful attack. I think the reason why is because it has a very high critical strike, right? So, yeah, that. Let's use another Super Potion. Magikarp's level 17 now, so he's getting pretty close. And that's the end of this floor. Unfortunately, we can't use the bike on this ship, which kind of makes sense, but whatever. So back up to the main deck. This guy doesn't want to... Oh, he does want to fight. Okay. I was thinking of someone else. You're only friends, huh? Well, aren't you a lonely gentleman? Growlithe. Gentlemen tend to focus on fire types. I believe they also kind of like rare Pokemon, but it's mostly fire types. That's not a fire attack. I'd say this is a fire attack, but Ember's... Even despite how ridiculously powerful Charmeleon is, Ember still isn't going to do that much damage to him. Are you ready for round 2? Go, Magikarp! Come back to me, Magikarp! I'm tempted to say the Growlithe doesn't actually know anything about Ember, but I'm pretty sure that's not true. I'm fairly certain that at this point, Growlithe should know Bite. I guess he is just a stupid trainer. Oh no, I killed your friends. How unfortunate. And this guy also wants to fight. Okay. I barge in because I'm the protagonist of an RPG and I therefore do as I please. Nidoran male. That's not a fire type. However, that is a poison type, and therefore Diglett would be glad to oblige you. Oh noes, the critical hits! They burn! Here, let me just dig a hole underneath you. And kill you with it! Somehow. Nidoran female. Time for part 2 of this devious plan. Da-da-da! Diglett is going out again. Growl. Dig! Dig like you've never digged before. And down goes the Nidoran. Level up faster, Magikarp, please. 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 430 to level 18, okay. We're ever so close to level 20. This chick doesn't want to fight me. I would also like a cherry pie. Actually, not really. I'm not a big fan of the cherry pie myself. These dudes don't want to fight me. I don't care about this deckhand. These ladies want to fight me though. Yeah, sure. I mean, as long as they do my bidding, then I guess I'm okay with Pokemon. Haha, another Nidoran. More fodder for Mr. Diglett. Diglett dig. Diglett dig. Oh my, that hurt. Focus energy. Oh no. Don't power up your attack. I don't know what I would do if your next attack did extra damage. Oh wait, you're dead? Well then I guess it's okay. Ho-ho, level 21. That was really your only Pokemon? Wow, you suck. Grab this item. TM08. What is in TM08? Da-da-da-da. Body Slam. Body Slam can be handy. Let's give Body Slam to Drowsy. Should I have done that? Oh, whatever. It's just a more powerful normal. Oh, you don't want to fight me? I thought you did. Whatever. It's just a more powerful normal type attack than Tackle. So, something, Drowsy doesn't know Tackle, he knows Pound. So, Body Slam is just a slightly more powerful normal type attack than Pound. So it just gives him something a little bit more powerful to use until he starts learning his Psychic type attacks. I would say that in the end of the day, it also means he has something, like he can be a little bit more flexible by having like a normal type attack to actually use that's decently powerful. But I'm pretty sure that in the end of the day, I'm not going to actually ever, like I'm probably just going to end up replacing all of his attacks with Psychic types. Psychic type attacks are really powerful, but they also tend to have very low PP, so they don't have a lot of uses on them. So I like to kind of stock up and have a whole bunch of them available so that I can use the attack that I think is going to be most effective in a certain situation. And also still have a lot of attacks to use. So what I mean by that is, if say, like the strongest Psychic type attack is simply called Psychic, but if I feel like using Psychic would be overkill, then I can go use Confusion instead, and still deal the damage I want to deal, but yeah. Oh, really? Well, good for you. And I've come in here in the kitchen. There isn't a whole lot of interest, except for... Oh, is it this one? In the bottom trash can, we find a great ball, which is much like a Pokeball, except that has a higher chance of actually capturing the Pokemon. Which is handy, but I don't really plan to do a whole lot more capturing of Pokemon, so... Whatever. Let's go out here next. Come down this way. And out here, we have a little deck, which you can't really see very well right now, but it'll come more into view after I'm done battering this dude. Alright, come back to me, Machop? Magikarp, that's her name. Karate Chop! Mega Punch. I'm starting to run out of uses of Mega Punch. I might actually end up using an Ether. See, normally when I do this place, I just go back to the Pokemon Center a lot. So, I don't really have to end up worrying too much about running out of the ability uses. Oof. Oh, Magikarp, you're so close. So close. But for now, we're gonna have to settle for Diglett. Supersonic? That's not good. Well, rather than screwing around with confusion, I'm just gonna switch to Charmeleon. Acid. That's a poison type attack. So I'm pretty sure that would not have done damage, or much damage to Diglett, but whatever. I'm mostly concerned about just dealing damage to myself rather than, you know, killing my target. So yeah, this is one of the decks of the ship. You don't want to fight me? Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave you be then. What about you? Oh, I missed the party? Well, if the party's over, then why didn't Bill come anyways? He said he doesn't like fancy dues, but if the party's over, then it's not even a thing. I messed that up. Matcha! Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I mean, I didn't mess up the words the first time, I just began the statement with the wrong intonation, if you will. And apparently he started the battle with the wrong Pokemon, because now it's dead. Okay, and the question of the hour is, does this Shellder know Tackle? The answer is probably yes. But we'll give it a shot anyways. Well, he does know Tackle, so let us retreat. Let's stick with Charmeleon. Go, Charmeleon! Oh, you're gonna withdraw, are you? Well, if it's gonna be like that, then I'll just have to kill you. Ever so slowly. Down he goes. Man, these Shelders, they just don't know when to quit. You're impressive! Why, thank you, random sailor man. How close are you, Magikarp? 725 experience? You jerk. Did I beat that guy already, or does he just not want to fight me? Well, whatever. Back into the ship. Pretty sure we're actually almost done with this area. You don't want to fight either? Snorlax. That is the dude who was sleeping in our path. So, yeah. Ah, a person! A Fisher, apparently. Although he's not using the stereotypical Fisher sprite, but whatever. Goldeen. I've seen one of them before, haven't I? Let's go with... Diglett, I guess? I'm pretty sure Goldeen doesn't have water-type attacks. At this point, it's more a matter of I'm concerned with my Diglett, you know, dying. Because his health has gotten kinda low, and I don't really want to use a potion or anything on him, but whatever. Looks like I managed to get one more kill out of him anyways. The interesting thing about Goldeen is that Peck is actually a flying type attack. So, yeah, for whatever reason, Goldeen, a water type Pokemon, knows a flying type attack. I would like to use Diglett against this guy, but obviously at 5 HP, that is probably not a good idea. Please, deal 1 damage to me more. I enjoyed ever so. Are you done yet? Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Oof. I almost got confused there. Well, by almost got confused, I mean he used an ability that is capable of confusing me. Goldeen? Again? Oh my. Go, Magikarp! Come back to me, Magikarp! Don't worry, I've got a fire dragon on my side. I'll just punch this fish to death. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. 199 experience. Level 33. Slash, interesting. Well, not interesting, but yeah, sure. Slash is actually very powerful. I would say that it's arguably better than Mega Punch. Well, it's much better than Scratch. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was using Charmeleon exclusively to beat Misty, I would have not even bothered teaching him Mega Punch, just because Slash was so close. And like I said, Slash is, in my opinion, better. Let's try a risky maneuver here. But yeah, I need a Mega Punch to kill Misty, so... Aw, quick attack. I was hoping he would use Thunder Shock. Oh well. We're pretty much at the end of this area anyways. And Diglett wasn't going to do anything more for me anyways, so whatever. 200 experience. What, that's all you had? Well, that's all I really needed, because now that Magikarp is level 19, I am going to use a rare candy on him, because that will raise him up to level 20, and I can't be bothered to take the time to continue leveling him up by hand. Level 20 is important because at level 20, Magikarp begins to evolve. And he evolves into giant frickin' flying water dragon, Gyarados, who learns Bite. Now Gyarados is an exceptionally powerful Pokemon, which obviously is done to contrast the fact that Magikarp is completely useless in every way, shape, and form. Now that Gyarados has evolved, I wish to teach it Bubble Beam. So now, if we see its stats, its attack is ridiculous, its HP is pretty darn good, and yeah, it's just good all around. And I believe, is it part water type? I believe it's water flying. Yeah. So it actually gets the same type of attack bonus with Bubble Beam, which is handy. So now I have a capable water type on my team. Oh, there's actually are more rooms here. I guess I'm gonna keep going then. These guys don't want to fight me. This is a old lady, I guess. I thought I was a Pokemon. Well, whatever. Gasp! A person! I would have to say strong Pokemon. Yeah, sure. Let's just demonstrate what Gyarados can do. But first, I want to put Bite on the top, Bubble Beam underneath it. Splash and Tackle will never be used again. But Bubble Beam is quite powerful, especially when it critical hits. So all of a sudden Gyarados has gone from being completely useless to a bit of a truck. It's pretty fast too. Well, actually, no. That's actually just not really true. He's not that fast. He's decently fast, but speed is actually probably his lowest stat, so I don't know why I said that, honestly. Another rare candy. Interesting. Anyways, I'm going to put Drowsy up next, because now that Magikarp has leveled up, or rather evolved, Drowsy is next on the list. Gyarados is completely capable of holding its own now. Diglett can hold its own in certain situations, but Drowsy is still completely useless. So, gotta get him up a little bit. If I can get him up to, say, level like 15, 16, then he could probably start holding his own in at least the odd battle. So that should make getting experience for him a lot easier. Stupid quick attack. So Gyarados' level is not quite as ridiculously high as Charmeleon, so he's not quite as invincible, but he is still very powerful. And I definitely want to keep Gyarados far, like, as far as humanly possible away from electric types. Gyarados suffers from the same problem as Geodude does. More or less. Basically, like I explained a while ago, Geodude is part rock, part ground, so he takes quadruple damage from water or grass type attacks. Similarly, Gyarados is part water, part flying, so both of those are weak against electric so Gyarados takes quadruple damage from electric types, which, as you can probably imagine, is rather unfortunate. But anyways, that's all the random trainers on the SSN. So, I am going to head back to the Pokemon Center to rest up off-screen, and then I will catch you back here for the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Red. Catch you later.